We're in the book of Acts, as you can see, and they're planting churches, which is a very difficult thing to do, turns out. But it's the most exhilarating thing to do, right? Because there's no better joy than to see A, people come to faith, and B, people grow in their faith and become disciples of Jesus. Those are two most exhilarating things in ministry. And so Paul and Barnabas are now on this journey. They're going from place to place, hitting challenge after challenge, and we've been walking through a lot of those things. And we know that the religious people, of all people, are their greatest enemies or biggest threat, right? It's not the atheist. It's not the woke folk, right? It's not God's enemies. It's supposedly God's people who are providing all these problems. How many of you know that sometimes church people create the most problems? Right? Hate to have to say it, but it's true. And so we're seeing these Judaizers, and we call them that because they're making Gentiles feel like they have to become Jews in order to be saved. And so they're coming behind Paul and Barnabas. They're undermining what they've been teaching, and they're putting a burden on these people's shoulders. And we're going to talk more about that as we continue today. And we talked about our modern day version of people who are legalists, who in our culture, they try to add things on that God didn't put there, right? So you go to some churches and they will try to tell you, you have to do all these performances in order to be right with God. And we know that the Bible does not teach that. The Bible teaches faith in Jesus Christ, and God's going to give us what we need in order to walk that faith out.